Alright folks, it is currently March 14th, Monday. However, I am still getting ready for the hurricane season. Hope you guys are getting hyped up. It could definitely be an above average one. I know I sound really off topic, but I'm trying to get this video that I put together about the hurricane season and my hurricane forecast that I put out on April 15th, okay? And the first one I'll be putting out for the Stormtopia site, and I hope you enjoy it. Alright, and I want you guys to all watch the trailer, which is supposed to get you pumped up, and that is in the left sidebar of my website, stormtopia.com. So guys, check that out. Alright, now on to the weather. Currently, right now, we've got a low right moving through the southern portion of the heartland of the United States. And what happens is as it pushes east, it's going to produce some rain that's already forming right now across this area, and it's going to eventually become cut off as this calm ahead ends up moving slower and slower. Out ahead of the cold front associated with the storm, it's warm and moist all across east of the Mississippi, okay, all the way back through this area, and enough warm and moisture to produce some big-time thunderstorms right now in central Louisiana, back through Mississippi. And if I were to switch you over to the radar right now, here you can see what's happening with these. In Mississippi, at least, some of these are tornadic at times, although all tornado warnings have been dropped, and dropped for 3 severe thunderstorm warnings with this line of cells moving through. This is not a bow echo damaging wind event. This is more of a isolated damaging wind event, hail, and tornado event. And as we push to the south, this is where my real concern is right now across portions of central Louisiana. With these renegade supercells developing, they have the biggest threat in terms of producing a tornado. And guys, I hate to say it, but Baton Rouge, New Orleans could be looking at once again a setup which produces severe thunderstorms for like the 4th time this year or whatever, so that is not good for them. Now, as we go out on in through time, I'll show you the dam. Here we are out to tomorrow morning. The low is becoming increasingly cut off. Here's our low. Oops, let's go back here. Here is our flow, okay, at this point. Here is our low, so it is cut off, okay, with calm ahead of light precip moving through this area. Likely be mixed precipitation, not mixed, all rain ahead of it, pushing through the Smoky Mountains, and that's the case for the day on Tuesday, okay. And whoa, these pop-ups love to come right in my videos, I've noticed that. And then as we go through the evening hours of Tuesday, what's eventually going to occur here is there's going to be more of a tap out of the Atlantic, so we're going to start seeing rain developing from the coastline to the Appalachians, and increasing in intensity through the day, through the morning hours of Wednesday as the storm becomes a little bit more caught up in the jet stream. Once again, we're getting increased amplification in the Four Corners and southern United States ridge. A weak trough developing here in the Ohio Valley, and another ridge here developing out of the Gulf of Mexico, and that is all forcing the storm north. So finally it begins moving right when the heavy precipitation develops by 7 to 9 a.m. on Wednesday, and that ends up producing just a couple of hours of rain moving from southwest to northeast through the day on Wednesday. And by Wednesday evening it ends up all wrapping up. Alright, and as we make our way out to Thursday, things are looking really up here for the northeast. We're going to see definitely prominent warming, okay, for a large portion of our nation, and otherwise the active shortwave pattern was earlier focused across the northeast, okay, in this region, but now it's starting to shift back towards this region as the warm air that was around here begins to come and replace that. So that is replaced to this region. So that's a typical springtime theme, with things of southerly latitudes pushing northward and things of northerly latitudes pushing way northward. As we push out through time, this has the potential to produce some rain, eventually over to snow for the first half of the weekend on next weekend, and it could be a significant storm here for the Midwest. This is something we're going to have to watch, but in terms of the Northeast, it just looks like some rain to snow for the first part of the day Saturday, and definitely a good chance of increasing northwesterly winds and some snow for the second half of Saturday. But in terms of Friday, which I totally spaced out and skipped over, it is looking like the warmest day that I have seen in a long time. Look how warm this weather map is, guys. I mean, this is just really a warm pattern for Friday. Okay, all signals showing significant southwesterly warming winds for Friday. And it would not surprise me if we hit 80 degrees all the way up through Virginia in the southeast, 70s and 60s back through here, rain and mixed precipitation across the North Country and New England, with temps in a springtime, not overly warm pattern. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was useful to you. Enjoy your day, folks.